Alldus podcast is brought to you by Alldus International, supplying your expert AI and digital transformation staffing needs across the US and Europe. Today, you are listening to our AI in Action series, where leading minds in AI from across the world share their story, success, and advice. AI in Action cuts through the hype and explores the true impact of artificial intelligence in our world today.
You're listening to AI in Action. I'm your host, JP Valentine. Our guests today are Ali Sarilgan and Ozge Islegen-Wojdyla, both from Ecotrove. Ali, Ozge, welcome to the show.
Thank you, JP.
Thanks for having us on, JP.
Oh, my pleasure. So we've got a lot to cover, very exciting topic today. So let's start with yourselves, please. Ali and Ozge, if you could both give us a brief introduction of yourselves, your background in technology, and a summary of your journey and what's led you to where you are today as the founding members of Ecotrove.
Ozge and I are the co-founders of Ecotrove, and Ecotrove is an AI energy agent for cheaper, cleaner energy. Both of us have backgrounds either in tech or energy, and first time building a company together. On myself, I'm originally Turkish, grew up there on a farm that would have power blackouts and loss of product all the time because of a few unreliable utilities there. And I moved to the US for college, where I got my bachelor's and master's in engineering from Stanford University. Spent a couple of years as a consultant with McKinsey, mostly working with energy and technology companies, and most recently led the corporate strategy team of a consumer company. I was lucky enough to meet with Ozge about a year ago and start building Ecotrove together. So I'll pass it to her for her intro.
My name is Ozge. I am the CTO of Ecotrove. I started working on energy supply chains during my PhD degree at Stanford Graduate School of Business, working on the capacity investment strategies of energy utilities in response to climate policy. Then I stayed in academia and I became a faculty member at Northwestern Kellogg School of Management, researching energy pricing for residential customers through field experiments, teaching data analytics and energy policy for PhD and MBA students. Afterward, I came back to the Bay Area and worked at Instacart as a data scientist, leading experimentation. And at that point, I started looking for new opportunities, combining my extensive background in energy pricing with my data science background. And right at this time, we met with Ali and we saw that we have the same passion for energy and climate tech and build Ecotrove together.
Excellent. So Ali, coming back to you then, if you could give us the 10,000 foot view of Ecotrove, who you are, what you do, mission of the business, that would be great.
We're your AI energy agent for any household or any small business. We figured out a way to make your utility bills become cheaper, greener, and more predictable. You must have heard both Ozge and I mention that we really started building this company because we care about the environment, we care about the energy markets of both the US and countries around the world to work for people. But what we've quickly learned is that no human being wakes up one morning and decides to go green. It's more of a financial pain point. Utility bills are becoming too expensive. People can't use the AC they want in the summer or the heating they want in the winter. And the solution to solve global warming can't simply be placed on regular people and businesses to consume less energy. That's exactly why we're building Ecotrove. We replace your utility bill with a flat rate payment plan. So you pay us the same amount of money every month as if you do a phone bill or as if you do a Netflix bill. And in exchange, we give you about a 7% cheaper price by optimizing your bills down and about 30% less in carbon emissions by switching your energy source over to a greener energy manufacturer. And I think Ozge can go into details about how we exactly use AI to make these optimizations possible.
Yeah,
Sure.
excellent. Ozge, if you could just highlight the role AI plays in all of this, it would be really interesting to understand how the platform works and how it benefits the customer.
Of course. So currently, we do basically three things for the customers through AI. The first one is we initially forecast their energy demand for the next year. And then we use this data along with the rate plans that are available in their area to find them the cheapest, greenest energy providers in their area. And finally, we optimize their usage within the household by sending them notifications about using electricity less during peak times and more, and switching them, shifting them to off-peak times. So this is our current use of AI, which is providing a lot of value in terms of savings and carbon reduction to the customers.
That's quite an interesting use of AI for here and now, but I know there's some near-term and future possibilities that are also exciting. Could you give us a little bit of insight into the AI roadmap?
Absolutely. So we would like to become the AI-powered energy advisor, both for residential and small business customers, to meet all of their energy needs in the future. So currently, as I said, we are optimizing the relationship of the customers with their utilities by finding them the best energy providers and rate plans. Next, we would like to optimize within the household of the customers, and also we want to enhance and speed up our business expansion related internal and external processes through AI. So what do I mean by this? In terms of the household optimization, we would like to give them personalized recommendations for the energy efficient products, discounts, government incentives, and rebates that are available specific to their household and the area, so that they know that these products and the discounts are the best fit for their particular usage patterns in the household. In terms of our internal and external processes and automating them, so we are basically building our processes such that we can expand to different utilities faster. So this includes the data ingestion and connection to the API of the utilities, pre-processing data for our algorithms, retraining our algorithms as we switch to different territories. And on the external side, basically, we would like to speed up the processes of problem resolution and bill payment, both in our relationship with our customers and also in our relationship with the utilities.
JP, if I might add one more point here, especially today in the current startup ecosystem, there's a lot of companies developing AI capabilities and AI models just for the sake of developing them. I think for us, it's really about understanding, okay, utility bills and the power bill market, massive across the world, hasn't been changed at all for the past few centuries. And the amount of data and the tools we have to process it now really give us a great opportunity to both make the experience better for people and then, as a side note, develop something that will eventually become akin to the ChatGPT of energy, because the models and the data that Ozge are describing will enable us to forecast how any player in the energy market will act in terms of demanding electricity and gas across the country, which isn't something that has been built before.
You are listening to the Alldus podcast. When you're looking to scale your team, or if you are interested in showcasing your company in a future episode, reach out today. Or if you're in the market for a new role, visit our website to view open positions, www.alldus.com.
Staying with you, Ali, talking about the building of the business side of it, you focused a lot on tech and then the industry opportunity, but I want to spend some time talking about the team that you've assembled and the important role that these individuals will play, particularly over the next 1 to 2 years as you build out the core of the business. Talk about the team in its current version and where you want to get to when you look at the near-term roadmap.
We're currently 4 people. In addition to myself and Ozge, our CTO, we have a founding engineer and a research lead. In addition to this 4-person team, we're expanding to 7 people by the end of the year. Right now, we're hiring 1 full stack engineer and 1 machine learning engineer who can help build Ecotrove into the platform and service that it can be. And by the end of the year, we'll be hiring more of a growth manager to help with our marketing and customer acquisition efforts. For us, really, we've been active in Northern California as a partner with Pacific Gas and Electric. We're at a stage where we understand exactly what our customers need help with regarding their energy plan. We understand how our technology can help solve it for them. It's now a matter of attracting a great team who is excited about the environmental challenge and is excited about using AI to change an industry that has been an unchanging behemoth for a century here, and then getting back to work.
Ozge, I want to come to you. When you're having conversations with technical people, obviously you've just found that you're founding engineer. When you're speaking to candidates who you feel have a suitability to what you're building, what is it that you tell them about Ecotrove, its mission, its environment, the opportunity that gets them excited enough to join Ecotrove over some of the other candidates, over some of the other companies also trying to hire these same people?
What we have found through our conversations with the candidates is the best candidates are the ones that are actually excited about the mission of Ecotrove, providing greener, cheaper, fixed price energy to residential and small business customers. We are trying to have a paradigm change here, and it can get challenging. However, the number one thing that we are looking for is the passion of the candidates for this energy and climate tech business, because this side is really important to us, and the energy industry needs a lot of institutional knowledge. It is a very dynamic field, changing all the time. So if the candidate is exciting about the energy side of the business, so the context itself, in addition to the technical challenges that we are facing, and we see that they can go through these challenges much faster and try to understand more about the specific structure of the data, how to process it, and how to actually update it, given the dynamic nature of the policies and the data that are changing all the time.
Ali, final question to you. A similar tone, but as the CEO, when you're looking at the vision for the business and you're talking to people who you want to bring into the company, or you're speaking to prospective customers, what is it that you focus on? And part 2 of that being, when we have you back on the podcast again in a year or 2 from now, where do you see the business being?
In terms of the focus, I would echo a lot of the things Ozge said. When you're running a business, especially a technology business, you make decisions that have clear trade-offs. For us, any customer, investor, future employee we bring on, it's very important for us to be on the same page that if at one day we'll have a decision between reducing carbon emissions or making more money, we will choose the option that leads to reducing carbon emissions. After we establish that common set of principles, then what we're looking for and what we're offering is more of an environment based on learning, direct feedback, being data-driven, and genuinely caring about making one another become better professionals, better startup founders, and better operators in this space. Like most startups, we have a very flat hierarchy. We talk every day. Everyone gives feedback on everything to everyone, and we make decisions quickly, efficiently, and by looking at data that impacts our customers. When we're looking ahead, we're confident we have a model and a product here that is ready to touch the lives of more people. We've gotten approvals from many other utilities over the past few weeks, raised a pre-seed round, which we'll announce in a couple of weeks after this call. So we're going to be growing the team, expanding into new markets. And what you see when you go to ecotrove.com about our brand and our service will only keep getting better.
Ali, Ozge, thank you both so much for coming on to the show. It was great to learn about your own individual careers, the origins of you coming together, and then the idea behind Ecotrove. It's always a pleasure to get companies on the show who are at this stage of their journey, because we're able to learn about the original idea and hear about the roadmap ahead. And as we get you back on the show in the future, we will be able to look back on this very early conversation to see what we've accomplished. And as you mentioned, Ali, it's not only just helping individuals, everyday households with reducing their bills for energy, but also the broader implications for climate. So it's an exciting space to be in, and it's a great example of AI for good. So we wish you, the team, and everyone at Ecotrove the very best of luck in the months and years to come, and look forward to having you back on the show.
Thank you, JP. We really appreciated the time and the conversation.
Yeah, thank you so much, JP.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Alldus podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review. We are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and any Android podcast of choice. You can also head over to our website, www.alldus.com, to listen to more podcasts, view our open roles, and stay up to date with industry news. Thanks for listening, and stay tuned for more great episodes coming very soon.